fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Saturday Night Vibe, the progressive news show with Let's BS3. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart, along with Tracy Carson. We are back, and I am going to give you an example of what happened when we take a week off and the energy started flowing. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to play around with it. When we take a week off and get to recharge and everything, Anna overcharges. So, good evening, everyone. Are you ready for another night of fervor,
Frivolity,
laughter, and conversation? Welcome or welcome back to Saturday Night Vibe. Get a drink if you like. Settle into your favorite chair, couch, floor space, and enjoy. There's more. Much love, no matter where you are in this world you come from. You are welcome here. You act with respect and decency. More, our hearts are with the people of the world who are displaced or suffering through war. Amen. In which I came back and said, Anna is really ready. And which she says, it's Mama's birthday tomorrow. Aww. So, keep it between me and you. Now I need to run and get dressed.
Yep.
And she did barely make it, but she did make it.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy said, hello, everybody. Everybody, hello. We are back after our hiatus. I don't know what everybody else did for their weekend off. I had a ball my Halloween weekend. I had so much fun. We ate. We went to a haunted trail in which I discovered I'm too old to walk a trail that freaking long ever again. And we'll see about next year. Then we sat on the couch and watched Beetlejuice, which is still a funny movie. It's still a funny movie. And I have discovered something about my wife is that she can remember word for word words that are said in the show. But she can't remember the song, Dale. I'm like, honey, that's what made the movie. But you can remember, I am the weird and unusual. Tracy, Anna, how's everything going?
Good. Which one of us were you?
Well,
you called
which
both.
one of us?
Well, Anna first.
You started, you go.
Oh, okay. It's been a busy week for me, but a lot of good stuff coming out of it. I was able to put up a couple of videos. I'd been working on a referral to an endocrinologist, which specializes in your hormones, because my thyroid is just no matter how much we try medicine, try bumping it up, it's never in good numbers. So after about a year of fighting for a referral, finally got it. Really loved the guy. Had an awesome first appointment, and just shout out to all the doctors out there who actually listen to your patients, because he kind of read between the lines of what I was saying and picked out that I think you're not responding to the medicine because of the type you're taking. I have a lot of pills and I have a lot of digestive issues. So he switched me up to a liquid form of thyroid medicine. We are on day 3, so way too early to tell. But I mean, so far, so good. Another really interesting thing is I and Mama Heart have commissioned an artist to work on the logo for the website Borrelia, etc. So what you see right now, the Luna moth with the green ribbon, that's going to stay. It's just going to get stylized. And I've wanted to do this forever, just hadn't found the right artist. But now, very happy.
Okay. Tracy, how's everything going?
Wow, that makes my week so minuscule. Tuesday, I did my costume unveil for Halloween. I really enjoyed that show. I really did. For everybody that missed it, I came as the Democratic Party. I dressed like trash.
You did.
And then Thursday, we did a whole interesting show because my guest didn't show up. So I had to kind of change in the middle of the show, well, at the top, but I still had a good time. And I even had a page. I was going to say Patreon. Buy me a coffee supporters recommend a show that I'm actually going to do the 17th of this month.
Awesome. That's wonderful.
That's good.
And everybody who's on my list, check their email because you should have got it.
I did.
Yeah, I got them. Hey, Parker.
Hi, Parker.
All right. And Parker, I did receive that email. I am going to look into it. If you can give me an update I'm trying to make this as vague as I possibly can, just in case I do use it. But if you want to send me an update on what you sent me last night or this morning, I would greatly appreciate it. I literally forgot to look it up, but it sounded very intriguing. I would say if it is intriguing, I wanted to share it tomorrow, but we've had this Project 2025 thing up for the last 3 weeks, and 4 weeks because we skipped a week. If you want,
we skipped, right?
So almost a month we done held on to this thing, and we need to.
We're gonna finish that up.
Get it on out the way. So, but still, go ahead and send me that update on it. Without further ado, let's get this party started. Sorry, I just saw this. Hey, LL.
Hello.
How are you doing? Welcome.
Did we text Mickey?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Let's go ahead and start off with a easy one and then work our way into the hard one. Also, I apologize. No. That was one of the things I was going to change. Start the show, move on with the show. So let's start off with an easy one. Okay. Abandoning my wife on vacation.
My wife and I.
So abandoned my daughter on vacation.
My wife and I have always dreamed of celebrating our 40th anniversary with a luxurious vacation. Just the two of us, reliving the romance of our early years. We had it all planned out for years now, and we're excited beyond words. Enter our adult daughter, Jane. Jane and her husband got wind of our plans and promptly invited themselves and their 2 kids along, a 9-year-old girl and a 5-year-old boy. I originally put my foot down and told them this trip was just for us, which upset her some. But my wife has a hard time saying no to Jane, as she's the youngest of our kids and our only daughter, and she didn't want to hurt her feelings, so my wife reluctantly agreed to let them join. I wasn't thrilled about it at the time, but I wanted to make my family happy, and I knew that my wife was also okay with the idea of a family trip, even if she was heartbroken that we wouldn't get our romantic trip. We just went along with it. The place we were originally going wasn't child-friendly, so we changed course and decided on an all-inclusive family-friendly resort. We paid for the resort and our grandkids' plane tickets. Jane and her husband only had to pay for their own airfare. Here's where things get complicated. As the vacation got closer, I started having a change of heart. I realized that our 40th anniversary was a once-in-a-lifetime milestone, and I wanted to honor it in a way that was true to the original plans. My wife and I might not be able to afford a trip like this again for quite some time, and it's something that we always wanted to do. So, without consulting anyone, I switched our tickets last minute to go to the romantic destination that my wife and I had originally planned for. I didn't even tell my wife until the day before our flight left, which was a day before Jane's flight left for their vacation. It wasn't an easy decision, and I feel guilty about it. But I wanted our 40th anniversary to be this special, intimate celebration that we'd always hoped for. We called Jane after we landed to tell her, and she was extremely upset, to say the least. She seemed to have the idea that we were going to look after our grandkids so that she and her husband could have alone time, and now that I abandoned her, they'd have to do it all themselves. I hung up on them when my son-in-law started shouting, and my wife and I enjoyed the rest of our trip. We all came back on the same day, but they haven't answered any of our texts, and Jane seems to be ignoring me. My wife told me that she vastly preferred our trip to the family trip that we would have taken, but she still doesn't like how Jane is mad at us and she wants me to apologize. I'm not sure if I want to after learning that Jane and her husband were using us for free babysitting and a free trip, but I feel like I should just to keep the peace. Am I the butthole for changing our trip destination last minute and leaving Jane and her family to fend for themselves?
I'm gonna
Kinda,
let y'all go first because I got
but not really.
You're not gonna like my answer.
I don't think he is. I think Jane is a little spoiled brat that
Yeah.
wants free. How you gonna ask a couple going on their 40th, not 20th, not 15th, not 5th, not 10th, 40th anniversary to babysit your bratty, bad, behind kids while you and your husband have a long time? Jane, I know you're not listening to this. Did you not figure that they would want a long time? Girl, grow up. Hire a babysitter. But you probably can't because your kids are probably so bad that nobody wants to watch them. He was not the a-hole. I would have did the same thing. No, bad fact, I take that back. When she said invite the daughter, I'd be like, nope. I said nope, kept my nope, and would have still continued to say no. That's my opinion.
It's the without consulting anyone, and
Yeah, he was wrong for that part.
yeah, like we could pick out little tiny things of okay, that wasn't the best, but dealing with what he could have,
Babysitting some bratty kids.
ooh,
Grandmammy, grandpappy.
Jane, you wrong. You just so wrong in this.
I wouldn't apologize, boy. Yeah.
And no, if your heart is not into an apology, don't make it.
Here's what I'm gonna say. You are the a-hole, but not in the time frame that Anna and Tracy are saying. You the a-hole from the very beginning by saying sure, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true.
You a-hole to your wife and to yourself.
Mhm.
Also, she got wind of it. She didn't get wind of it. The wife told her. That's not getting a wind. That's not a rumor that she heard at the grocery store. Your wife told her. You need to tell your wife, look, you got to stop telling her our business. She has her own business. But you the a-hole to yourself by going, yeah, okay, I'll change everything. No, you're not going. That's one. Which reasoning do you want? No, you're not going because this is our 40th anniversary. No, you're not going because we want a romantic vacation. No, you're not going because we have to pay for the majority of the things that you want to go on. No, you're not going because we didn't invite you. No, you're not going because we don't want you there. This is for us to celebrate a special occasion for us. You cannot come and just invite yourself. You couldn't guilt trip me in a million years. You better go talk to your mom, which is fine. I'm all right. So I can easily just tell my wife they still ain't going. This is for us.
Mhm.
This is not for them. And the deal is, I know we could go to the she rolls. She wanted us to babysit the kids and blah blah blah. It should have never got to that point.
Agree.
It really should have never got to that point. This is specifically for us. I feel you. Me and Foxy, when we have a special occasion, when we decide we're gonna do something with each other, nothing gets in the way. Nothing. Because we don't know when we'll get a situation like this, and you don't get but 140th anniversary. That you literally said we saved for.
Right.
You ain't
You'll
got
never have
His
these
other
funds
kids
for
didn't
this
invite
again.
themselves.
yeah. You know you the a-hole to yourself and to your wife. Even though your wife was the one who told, you
She
still
needs
just
In
like,
to.
the hall, though.
yeah. So
She needs to stop twist because
People
that's her
need to.
doing.
Sorry, Tracy.
No, go ahead.
That people need to be okay with saying no more and hearing no more.
yeah.
You know, we
And
talked
she.
about this
Mm-hmm.
whole um, getting a trophy for participation. That has implications far beyond its reach. We're not okay with being told, no, this is a boundary. No, I only have so much money. I'm sorry. No. These words should come out very easy, very fluently, but they don't because we're always afraid of what somebody else will think, say. Tough. Yeah, you did work on this. And yeah, you were to your wife in this, you were inconsiderate because you folded. Yeah, Marlon, you are right. I mean, I can't call him the a-hole. He didn't reach that level for me.
No, I mean it's like 0.5 out of 5.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
mean I'm not fully
Why do you
you
always accept it? It
get a
really is.
divorce and blah blah. And I'm not that people. I'm
That's
just
it.
like,
Lady, leave him. He
yeah.
can't think. Mm.
We talked. There was a whole bunch of videos about that with people on Reddit that just said some. I made a bowl of cereal and then he came and ate it. Ooh, child, leave him. Red flag. You said to divorce him. That's toxic. The next thing you know, he gonna burn the house. I was like, oh, okay, okay.
Oh dear.
So yeah, I don't want anybody when I say he's an a-hole to go, oh, he's the biggest. No, you're a 0.5 because
He's at fault.
yeah, actions have consequences.
They
Your
surely do.
actions
Yeah.
started this whole I switched at the end, wrong. I
Yeah.
didn't talk to anybody about it, wrong.
Wrong.
You had the stuff, you did these things when it should have been nipped in the bud by saying, no, your grown butt and your kids are not going. And you got a husband.
You're
Y'all save
young.
your own money.
You're young kids.
I want to answer Parker's question.
Yeah, Tracy,
Oh,
why
please
do you
do.
always assume that someone's kids are the worst, most disbehaved children of all time?
They're
Like,
5 and 9. It's the sky blue. It's the sun yellow.
oh,
Am I black? I know I'm correct. I
my
know them kids
my
are bad.
grandchild is 9 years old and he's very well behaved.
You sitting there, you know you lying.
He's 6. Well, he at 9. It is grown behind. he told his cousin one time his cousin had pushed him off the deck, and it's not high up. He was just
Oh,
yeah, it's not very high up, but he pushed him off the deck. And this little 6-year-old, that was very disrespectful. And I went, boy, where you get these words from?
that's wonderful.
I was like,
Yeah,
Probably
I'm right.
books.
And you can tell they bad because she didn't even think, gee, why don't we just go and leave the kids with somebody else? Nope. They was like, nah, take your kids. Nope, we don't want to. Nope.
nah.
Yeah, yeah.
I am right. I know I'm right. I know them kids are bad.
Okay, Tracy.
Well, no, I'm
Only
not going to
kid that
agree to
wasn't
that.
bad was me.
I'm not. I just want to move on. But okay, every kid on the face of the planet who's not a 21, apparently, because every teenager is bad in her eyes too.
No,
So,
teenagers are okay. It's them little bitty kids. I'm like,
I'll take the
nah.
little day bitty kids while I take the teenagers.
No,
I'll
give
take
me
it.
the
Look,
older ones.
I can. Nah. All right, next to the most easiest one. It is funny, but it's not funny because I listen to these stories and go, what is your mind frame that you can't see what's right in front of you? This is a lesson that I'm going to tell everybody at the end. The laziest husband in marriage.
I'm a 39-year-old guy, and I live with my wife, who's 34, in a suburban house with our daughter, Emily, who's 10. Our next-door neighbor, Walter, is a 48-year-old single father with 2 daughters, a 14-year-old girl and a 12-year-old girl. We've been living here for a little more than 2 years. My wife really likes watching scary movies, but I've never enjoyed them. I get too scared and end up having a bad time, so I prefer to avoid them. Her friends sometimes go with her to the more popular ones, but she also likes older, indies, and foreign horror movies. She's always had a hard time finding people that have this niche interest, and that's why it was such a big deal when we met Walter and found out that he also shares this tendency. They very quickly started to make plans to watch movies together. I was invited to be a part of this, but refused. I prefer to just stay at home babysitting Emily and Walter's daughter while they're out watching movies. Sometimes they go to movie theaters, but other times they just stay at Walter's place watching stuff at his home cinema. They usually have to go to another town to catch some weird movie, so it's normal for them to come back very late. They eventually started doing stuff outside of watching movies, like going out for dinner. Walter invited all of us, including the kids, to go with him to a restaurant that a friend of him owned, but I said no because it was too expensive. I don't like those kinds of places because I feel like they're a waste of money, and I didn't think the kids would enjoy it either. I insisted on staying with the kids and let the 2 of them go be themselves. This has become a regular thing, and in a way, it's a good deal for me because Walter pays for my wife's dinner and she can no longer complain about me not taking her to fancy restaurants. Since their movie and dinner nights have become so common, I've grown a little tired of the burden of constantly babysitting the girls. I talked to my wife and Walter about it, and he explained that he usually doesn't like leaving his daughter with babysitters. He says he's really comfortable knowing that they're being watched by an experienced father like me instead of some teenage girl. He nevertheless agreed that it was too much of a load for me and offered to start paying me a standard babysitting fee each time that he goes out with my wife. I thought that was a fair approach to the issue, but my wife was fully against it. She says that I shouldn't be paid for babysitting my own daughter, nor the daughter of a close friend of our family like Walter. We've been arguing about this, but she insists on this notion and is not open to change. She even gets mad every time that I talk to her about this. Walter promised me that he'll convince her, but he doesn't seem to have been able to do so either. Am I the bad guy?
What the bleep? What's wrong with people? What's wrong with people?
Make your deal with Walter on the side and just go on.
He lets his wife go out. I'm not going to say lets because she's an adult. She is an adult.
You said it already.
I know, but I'm just have any objections. He doesn't say, gee, I don't really or horror movies, which I don't. But if I'm with a guy and I know that's what he's into, I'm just going to have to just just bear it, go to sleep halfway through it, and just watch one or two. And then he's taking her out to. I thought this story was going to turn into Walter and her have experienced feelings for each other. I really thought that's where this was going. Cause child.
Okay, Anna's gonna roll her eyes and Tracy gonna roll her eyes, but okay, let's go on ahead and get this over with. The heck you going to watch a movie with another dude? There ain't a chance in the world this is
She's
happening.
not your daughter?
She ain't got to be. And I ain't got to be her son when she says you ain't going to the movies with another woman.
I would say the same thing, but no, we was sure enough fight then. I'm going just because.
But see, the funny thing about it is you want to fight on wording instead of marital boundaries. And I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna
They
go
invited him and that slow-mo said no. He won't sit there and say, no, I don't want to go.
You are not going to the movies and dinner and out of town to movies and dinners.
It's the
and
next
sit
town
over his
over.
house and watch movies and
Yeah,
have
Anna,
dinner
thank you for
and all this other stuff. Now, if you want to play with the wording, feel free. Knock yourself out. Be Billy Bad Butt because I said, no, you're not going. Have a ball with it. But please understand that while you're arguing over the wording of it, I'm arguing over you are stepping so far out of a marital bounds that it's close to calling it quits.
Your marital bounds.
Your marital vows.
My marital bounds, okay, then my marital bounds. You, on the other hand, dude, you are so lazy in your marriage that you're willing to give up all the stuff you don't want to do and put it in the hands of another guy.
A friend.
They invited him. He said he didn't want to go. So why can't she go? Why can't she go see
Really?
a horror movie?
Okay.
Now I wouldn't be babysitting them kids. I mean, my daughter, yes, but not his.
The boundaries already broke. So why? Why you don't want to babysit the kids?
No, my child I would watch, but not his. He on his own.
Well, you don't ever babysit your kids.
I know. That's why I said I would take care of my child, but his, nah.
Okay. In a marriage, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You're literally going to do some things you don't like to do. That's part of being in a marriage. It's just the way it is. Suck it up, buttercup. I don't like horror movies. I really don't. And it's not because, oh, it's so gross and ooh, it scares me and everything else. I just think it insults my intelligence, and I don't feel like watching these things. It's just some of the decision making for these people to get killed is so stupid. It's like I don't want to watch this anymore. I remember specifically, there was a part in Friday the 13th, The New Beginning. I would never forget it, where I had rooted for Jason because kid was so stupid. I was like, look, Jason. As soon as I said that, here comes Jason, and I just thank you so much. I don't like horror movies, but if Foxy just had to see this horror movie, I would have to suck it up. It's just the way it is.
So do you not trust your wife to go out with another man?
Yes, I do trust her to go with another man.
You don't trust the other man.
Do so.
You gonna literally tell your wife you can't go because I said so?
You know the funny thing about it is I would never have to say that because she would never do it.
How do you know?
Foxy, would you ever do that?
We didn't hear her.
I didn't hear.
No, I wouldn't.
Dang, she said the wrong answer.
See?
That's why we're not married to Marlon, Tracy.
Thank you for real. Because I would go just to spite you.
Permission. I just do it.
Okay.
I
Wait.
wish somebody would tell me where I am and they not gonna go.
She said if she did, she wouldn't ask for permission. She would just do it.
First of all, I ain't asking you. I'm telling you I'm going. And if you want to come along, hey, bring the kids. There you go. But you said you wanted to stay home, so hey, this is somebody I share a hobby with.
Mhm.
That's not the type of marriage we have, though.
No. No.
That's the type of marriage that the dude has, OP has, but that's not the type of marriage that we have.
I got you, Foxy. Yeah.
That makes sense, but nah, ain't no dude telling me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. No thing can you tell me.
We don't ask each other permission to do whatever we want. We just say, hey, I want to do such and such next weekend. Do we have any plans? And yes, no, and then all right, have fun.
Courtesy.
Yes, did you
see,
hear
here's
what
the
Marlon said when he said, I'm telling her she's not going? Did you,
we're still. Oh,
you said
I am
the
so.
words came out of
Oh
your
no,
mouth.
I am so moving on because
He
again.
can't even tell me no because I'm an adult. He can't even tell me.
But that's my deal is because I would never ever worry about you actually coming and saying I'm going out with another dude at movies and dinner. Bye. I was never would imagine you ever saying that to me. Not once. I just don't ever see that happening. And we're still stuck on, but you can't tell
You
me what to
said
do.
it,
I'm a
not
grown
me.
woman. I'm a grown man. Like, I can't.
Are there any? Is it the placing of a very date-like sounding dinner in a movie?
Yeah.
Is there any other place that, if, say, Foxy had a male friend, would you be comfortable in letting them?
Sew together. They want to take sewing classes.
There you go.
Something is totally innocent. Men take sewing classes.
Yeah, but it was always me, you, and Stan. Call me old fashioned. It was always she has male friends. And when they was going out somewhere,
you was right there.
Either I was right there or there was a group of them going. Like it was
So it's
Stan,
the
and then another lady, and then another lady, and then another guy.
So
but
you
it ain't never been my wife and another dude.
So it's the alone part?
It's the alone part that's bothering you.
Yes.
Okay. As long as you know clearly what your boundaries are, that you and your partner agree on them, have at it.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong with that.
But after 20 years, it's just like, it's hard for me to put myself in. That's why I don't want to get on the wording situation, because as much as we get all the you can't tell me what to do, it really would not be the shock of Foxy going somewhere with another guy alone. The shocking thing is her saying it. After a certain amount of years, I could never ever phantom Foxy saying, hey, me and John Jones going to dinner at a movie, so I'll talk to you when I get home. I would never phantom that, and vice versa. There is no way in the world I could call her and go, well, I'm going to be late. I'm going to catch, I'm going to have some drinks with Susie Q after work, so I'll see you when I get home. Those words would never come out of our mouths. It just wouldn't. So it's very hard for me to put myself in the place of people who are comfortable with that. But just not one of them. I'm just not one of them.
All right.
And after 20 years, I'm doing something right. From time to time. Not 20 years straight. From time to time. See what everybody out there. Just take the buddy and don't tell the wife.
That's what I would do.
Somebody did say that. Just cut a deal with the.
But you know who you can tell, because Walter is a blabbermouth.
That man is 48 years old and the wife is 34. I don't think the wife is secretly has feelings for him.
You don't
That's
know anything, Parker.
No,
Sorry. You have no idea what's going on in her mind, in his
no.
mind. Age has nothing to do with it.
Age ain't nothing but a number. Imagine Marlon standing up in the movie theater clapping for Jason killing somebody.
I can. I
Hey,
I can
really
actually
can.
see that. I can
Uh-huh.
actually see
I
that.
wouldn't stand up and clap, but boy, that was a scene where it's just like, man, you know what? I have never said in my life somebody deserved to be killed by a serial killer, but you deserve to be. You just didn't.
Why
Oh,
does he keep going back to that same
The
camp?
same place.
That's what I never got.
It's spooky noises. Let's go investigate. This is not Scooby Doo. Stop it.
let's go into the basement. No, let's go into the cellar. Why don't we just jump into the running car? Are you crazy? There was a commercial like that. It was funny. Let's go hide behind the
I remember
chainsaw.
that.
Yeah, let's go hide behind all those chainsaws.
But what about the vehicle running right over there? Yeah.
Parker, LOL, Foxy. He can't even tell me no. True.
Because I'm an adult.
It's true, but she would consider your feelings.
She would. I mean, you should always
Okay,
consider.
when I say I can't say no to her, it's can you move this dresser drawer? Can you move this mirror for the 19th time? Can you take this down? Wait a minute, put it back up. Never mind, I like it when it was down. That's what she talking about. No, like I got to do.
I'm pretty much talking about no on everything.
Yeah, sewing classes. Yeah, I got that too, Parker. Yeah.
We were trying to get something non-date like.
Yeah, something non-genders, like non. And men do take sewing classes.
Yes, they do.
Hey, when you look at all these stereotypes of men sewing and ha ha ha, and then you realize when you start wearing these polos, Ralph
Men designed
Lauren,
them.
all these other things. Who are these? Are those guys? Or okay, those are guys that you're spending hundreds of dollars on their clothing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all right. So you don't want to sew because it's masculine, but it's unmasculine. I bet you want that masculine money.
I mean, don't you have to be able to, in either the services, pull out a thread and needle if
Yes,
Yeah.
a torn uniform is no excuse. You need to know how to sew everything up in the field.
That's what I thought.
So
Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
thought too. I'm like, yeah, everybody in the Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy SEALs.
yeah, you need to learn all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you would go out there with a button missing and tell them, oh, I don't know how to sew. Okay, well, all right, everyone. I'm gonna play this story because I don't know how long it's gonna take. And if we have enough time, then we'll just go ahead and jump into something a little shorter. My stance was that I'm going to try to find a nice story to listen to. We always hear these.
A happy ending, or
Yes,
okay.
a nice story to listen to. Nothing that's so tragedy and tragic and bad. And we got enough, and those are entertaining. But after a while, it's just like when you come up to a nice story, and I'm not putting it in real or not like I used to because this is not on here. And everything. Oh, that's so fake. And the grandmama that kidnapped the dude 15 years ago when the show started. So I'm going to play, and all I'm going to say is it's a nice story. Part 1.
I'm a 29-year-old woman, and I was supposed to pick up my niece, Sophie, who's 7, from the elementary school to spend a day with her. The school knew about this ahead of time, and I've picked her up a few times before. Sophie was running towards me, but unfortunately, she tripped and fell down. Her knee was bruised, and she started crying like crazy. I took her to the nurse's office immediately. The nurse was in her early 20s and helped Sophie with cleaning up her wound and dressing. I tell my niece a lot about my line of work, so she asked if she was going to need stitches, if so, how many and what kind, etc. The nurse was impressed. She showed Sophie a few pieces of equipment she had and asked if Sophie wanted to be a nurse like her. Sophie said, "No, I want to be a doctor like Aunt OP." The nurse got a bit upset and asked me why I didn't say anything about this. I was honestly confused. I was like, why would I even need to mention it? I even threw in a compliment, saying that she was quite good at her job and I enjoyed witnessing a professional at work. She said that I was being too generous with my comments. I told her I was being honest, and I thanked her for taking care of Sophie's knee. Right when Sophie and I were leaving, she said that she never would have been able to guess my line of work correctly because I look better than most of my colleagues. I thanked her again and said that I appreciated her help. She said that I still owed her for not telling her my job and that it felt like I was testing her or deliberately trying to see how she was doing. I apologized and said that wasn't what I meant and that I knew that she was more than capable of doing her job well. She said maybe I could find a way to make it up to her properly, and I was like, sure, but Sophie and I need to go now. I don't know. OP. I don't know if I was rude, but this had me thinking. Should I have told her about my job?
Okay, I'm lost. Or am I lost on this one?
No. I mean,
Uh,
you're in a school, something happens, you take the kid to the nurse. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that went clear on my head because I thought she was gonna say go out to dinner or something.
and I hate to say this, but
Oh,
Anna,
she was flirting with her.
that was the point. She missed the flirting. It
Yeah.
wasn't. She missed.
A lot of people
Oh,
do.
A lot of people do, especially when you're
Confused and
yeah, like she. I don't want to say because then people you're being homophobic, but
oh
maybe
no.
she's not gay. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then the nurse could be like, hey, let's just get. She may not be, but I'm gonna guess and say she probably is because that wouldn't be. We can make it up. Girl, no,
She might be
you're gonna.
bi.
She took her shot.
Yeah.
She did take her shot. She took it.
She took her shot, and hey, you know,
It wasn't the best of shots, but
it was a
She,
terrible shot.
she tried it.
she tried.
You tried to hit a 3-pointer from the bleachers. You took a very terrible shot because I don't know what you was saying or how you was saying it or what you was trying to say, but I mean you was flirting. I'm gonna give it to you, but
Some of us
yeah,
don't
you
know
need to
how
work
to.
on your flirt game because that was
Some
you.
of us don't have that ability though. Like I know I don't have it at all. I'm just a straight shooter. It's like, hey, you want to go out or not? What? Like I skip all of that.
Fuck you.
She
And
called
then
me
I
on
thought to
OP. I
myself,
kind of was thrown off by that too.
and then I thought to myself, why did she call me OP? She knew my actual name, but she called me OP for some reason. Yeah, she okay. As much as I can sit here and jump on the lady for having terrible flirting skills, because you have terrible flirting skills. Lady, yeah, Tracy, there are some people who just need to flat out just say what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
So,
just cut all the chase because I don't need all that.
look who decided to pop in.
Hi.
Afra Singh.
My baby, hey honey.
Hey, Afra. How are you?
Give
Uh,
us an update. How are things going with the dating? Ooh, ooh. Last time,
yes.
last time you were talking with a guy and you didn't want to be seen as like readily available. So he would ask you,
That was Afra Singh. Okay, yes. Yeah, you
yeah,
got
Yeah,
he would
that made
ask
me
like,
want to
what are
know
you
what
doing
happened.
tonight? So, update please.
LOL. Anna wasn't it wasn't the best of shots. No, She tried to hit a 3-pointer from the parking lot. It was terrible.
These shots keep getting further and further away.
Yeah, it was bad. But anyway, here's the update.
April 23rd. Okay, 5 days later, OP posted an update. As you could see in the original post, I was absolutely clueless during this whole interaction, and I missed the flirting part altogether. So I took your advice, asked my sister to let me babysit Sophia again, and I picked her up from school. Around 10 minutes before school was over, I went to the nurse's office with a bouquet of flowers, and I thanked the nurse for taking care of my niece's knee, and I asked her if I could have the opportunity to make up for my rudeness from the last visit. Thankfully, she agreed. We went on a date last night. It included a late evening walk by the beach and dinner. By the end of the night, I showed her this post, and I think it's safe to say that she was just as amused as every single one of the commenters, and she can barely stop teasing me about it. So, overall, thank you so much for your comments and help.
Beachside dinner, that's lovely.
Well, wow. I'm sorry. This was it. I'm glad it worked out at the end. Really, before I even make my next statement, I'm so glad it worked out at the end. But that beginning. You terrible at flirting, and you terrible for trying to pick up what the flirt was. So I don't even know what to tell either one of y'all.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm glad it worked out, but oh, jeez.
Some people don't work on the subtle hints, like Tracy said.
I can't. It's like I don't know what
Some
you're saying.
Some people love the subtle art of flirting. I mean,
just either you want to go out with me or you don't. Just don't confuse my mind, because then you feel like if you misinterpret it, then you're gonna be like, well, shoot, now I feel stupid.
It does.
You be thinking some man flirt with you, and then he be like, "No, I was just saying I'm being nice." Oops.
It can happen. Unless you're willing to feel like a fool, you will never have these experiences. Unless you're willing to jump into it, you won't know.
Oh, look who decided to grace us with his presence. Hello, family. Just got home back at 5. Just got back up at 5 a.m. So I'm watching for now. Okay. And he also says, I like the overt subtle flirting.
What is that? I can't.
It's obvious to everybody else but the person.
Yeah, that would be me. I'd be like, what?
Now that's an art. That is really an art, because you have to find a way of flirting with somebody where everybody knows who you're talking about,
but the dumb person like me would be like, what?
And that's an art.
What you say?
Because it makes it kind of cute and funny, because you flirt with that person without actually flirting with the person, and everybody keeps looking at the person like, dude.
This is why I prefer online dating.
To you, and you're looking like,
really?
Yeah, I want cheese on my burger.
I ain't got to go through all of this. Do you like me? Do you like me? No, I swipe and then okay, well, that's it. I ain't got to go through all this stuff. I can't.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, me and Foxy still flirt with each other all the time.
But that's cute. But I'm just saying, yeah, I would not laugh. This is why I'm single. This right here, because I'm just like, I don't know what you saying?
All right, the last time somebody flirted with you on this show, we had to get banned.
Well, that
was not flirting.
That was not flirting. That's called stalking.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a flirter and a stalker.
And creepy.
And creepy. And I'm like,
I'm notoriously oblivious. She has to make it clear to me that she's at least interested in when I started and then I started to pursue. Dating was fun. Nah, not for me.
Hmm.
My dating life was my longest relationship before I dated and married Foxy was always 2 years. Like it was always that 2 year time frame where it's like, okay, it was fun, it was real.
The
After 6,
honeymoon is over, and
yeah, it's over. Lord, it's a lot of typing, and I'm getting myself ready to leave the house. Okay.
But are you
okay,
going on a date with that guy?
we're
Yeah,
gonna talk
yeah,
later then,
yeah,
Afra.
yeah. Let us know that. Are you going on a date with that guy? Okay, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and take a early break.
Oh,
When we take an early break, that means we got more time on the second half, the second hour, so we can slow down a little bit. And of course, I appreciate it. The very first show, no cussing the first hour. Yay.
I think that's because I'm here.
No, I cuss around.
no,
here.
we've really been trying,
Yeah, now,
especially in the first hour.
What's
We
this
really
thing
been
about
trying
the
not to cuss
first?
the first
Okay,
hour.
I'm missing something.
It's an algorithm thing that YouTube just really doesn't like it.
So
If
you
you
mean something that I'm already practicing? YouTube and picked up on it, or I just gotta
well,
late to the
They have,
game?
but I really think if we stop
it's
cussing
not
the first
just picked up.
hour, if we stop cussing the first hour, the algorithm will give us to more people.
So
Mhm.
you mean the second hour I can cuss all the time, right?
Yes, Tracy,
Okay.
you can cuss the first hour because I ain't got to
If
worry
you
about you cussing no hours. The third hour and the fourth hour, y'all got to call in line.
we're working on it.
We're still working on it. My dating relationship lasts 3 months to less than a year. Only woman I dated longer than a year I married.
But
Yeah.
did you know her last name?
Of
That's
course
my
we
question. Did you
did.
know her last
Yeah,
name?
out of here. We're gonna take a 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we will see everybody on the other side. Unfortunately, we do not have a Foxy's videos of the week because I forgot to get it. So I will replace it with something else. So yeah. Sorry. It was
It is what it is.
it is what it is, but it'll be back tomorrow. So 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we'll see everybody on the other side. Stay tuned.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally. I wanna be free, finally. I wanna be free, finally, finally. I wanna be free, finally, finally. I always say dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, finally. I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, finally, finally.
are back for the second hour. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pay those bills. Radical Truth to Power is tomorrow. Returning Radical Truth to Power is Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, hook, line, and sinker, we're going to knock out Project 2025. So it's been there for a month, so we need to go ahead and get that out of the way. Please support Tracy Media LLC by going to buymeacoffee.com/Tracy Media LLC. Please support Tracy at BorelliEtc.com.
That's not Tracy.
That's not Tracy. That's Anna.
God dog it.
We don't look nothing on
Y'all need to get y'all Patreon and stuff and bring all that stuff back. I was on a roll with that. Now y'all got me doing this 3.
How you
didn't
confuse
change a
Anna
thing.
and me? Yeah, we didn't change nothing. You the one can't read.
No, you did change, Tracy. From Patreon
When I changed
to
months ago.
Coffee.
I changed months ago.
And you knew it took me 2 years to do the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want
Months
me to do it in a
ago.
month? No.
Months ago with the S, plural.
So took me years ago to do the other one.
But how you confuse me and Anna? That I don't.
It just roll off his tongue wrong.
Both of y'all are queens.
Oh gosh.
Go to Anna Hart's
I will accept that. Thank you.
Learn something that you think you learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. And if you want to write to me, which at this point in time during the show, I have no idea why, you can do so at radtp@outlook.com. That's RADTP@outlook.com.
Yeah, just wait till January. Boy, I got some humdingers.
Oh, brother.
I don't know what that means.
Humdingers means if you thought I was
Well, I know
bad
what
before, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I know what I got that.
Oh, and the is
Still don't know what you mean.
No, Tracy, you got me there. Yeah.
See, knew it. I was like, he don't know their last names.
He never knew the women's. I didn't jump off because of what Tracy said. I jumped off because I still just can't believe that you did not know the last name of the people. No, none of them. Did you not date when you was in school and they did the roll call and they said the last name, or?
There were a few people I dated that I don't know last names of still.
But if you in school, though, like Marlon said, they're going to call your last name.
Right. That doesn't mean I'm paying attention.
Yeah, that could be it. That's the only thing I can figure.
Now, it's not every partner I've ever had, but
some of them I would like to forget them, but they just stuck in my head. I'm like, go away.
A lot of them I would like to forget.
I'm sorry.
Not some.
They couldn't handle all of this awesomeness.
Nope. Then they're not worthy.
Not worthy at all.
Mm-mm.
Am I the a-hole? It is the month of November, which means we are coming really close to worst category of the year. And I wanted to throw some of the runner-ups. Obviously, we're not even going to be concern ourselves for the worst person because it's been a runaway from the time we played
it was like
until now.
It was on lock. As soon as you said that, I'm like, this is the winner.
Lock. So let's go ahead and look into the other categories. Worst father of the year, worst mother of the year, worst
person. What? No, wait. Sorry, person, wife, husband.
Yeah, we did wife, husband, child.
No, worst person, worst wife, worst husband, WTF of the year. Now the WTF person, we got it down to the 2. We got it down to 2. So we got to worry about that. We as a group have to figure out which goes number one and number two. We really do.
We vote.
But yeah.
We actually believe in democracy here.
Yes. Yes. You know, never mind. You wouldn't notice it in a way. You'll just say it's wokeness. So here we go with a candidate for worst dad of the year candidate. Really short, so you can imagine how bad. I mean,
Bad.
this is less than 2 minutes. This is a minute and 45 seconds. Do you know how bad you got to be that in a minute and 45 seconds you are a runner up for the worst person of the year, worst father of the year? So here we go.
I'm a 35-year-old woman, and my 13-year-old son passed away from cancer 3 months ago. It was so devastating to me and his dad, my ex-husband. As a result, I've been experiencing a lot of grief these past 3 months. We were left with an emergency fund that my ex-husband and I saved for our son. And I recently discovered that my current husband, who's 34, used it to go on a golfing trip in another country that he just returned from. I found out via checking financial records, and I blew up at him and asked why he used my son's money to go on a trip while I was grieving. He said that he needed support too, and to lift some weight off his chest after I kept pushing him to the side and ignoring him. But he said that I was still grieving and I needed space. But he wasn't the one who lost a child. Despite the fact that he was a stepfather to my son, my husband made it clear that he never felt any connection to my son. And he basically blamed my son's medical condition for not having a chance to bond with him. We had a huge argument, and my ex-husband heard and was so mad. He confronted my husband, calling him an unhinged opportunist, and said that he was going to sue him for taking the money after accessing it through me. I told my ex-husband to go ahead and sue, and my husband was shocked that I agreed and condoned this mistreatment from my ex-husband towards him. He asked me to tell my ex-husband to step back, but I said no. He lashed out, saying that he also was grieving and that my ex and I are ganging up on him with complete disregard for his overwhelming grief and sorrow. We haven't spoken since that argument, and things kept getting worse with him texting about how I should stand with him as my husband instead of encouraging my ex to take his anger out on him like that.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking asshole. Thank you for the tea. I love you.
Oh boy, this may be a win. This may Woo! He used the. I got a okay. Here's my question: why is he still in the house? Why is he still in that house?
I'll second that.
You remember earlier when I said that Reddit has this thing where they always jump to divorce him, red flag, get rid of him.
This is one of those
Sometimes there are.
This is one of those times when it's like, you know, I've changed one thing listening to Reddit stories. Two things so far. One, when you say something about a marriage, and am I the a-hole because I said something to the other person or did something to the other person when they was toxic throughout your whole relationship? And I'm automatically going to, yeah, you the a-hole because they was toxic when you was dating. They was why you think they wasn't going to be toxic when you married? So yes, you were the a-hole to yourself. My other thing that I changed was I am no longer going to sit here and listen to people who argue. I argue with this person. I'm not going to argue with you. You foul, you a piece of shit, I'm out, and I will be standing beside my ex-spouse to sue you.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be an argument because an argument is me raising my voice and trying to get you to see my point of view. You, sir, do not even have a point of view. Why would I even try to change your mind when you stole from a sick, dead child? My child. And you think I'm finna argue with you?
You try to blame
You would be
Cancer?
so shocked if
He
I
never.
even say a word to you.
It was her fault that she.
And I'm like, I'm not even understanding to me what makes me more mad. Because gaslighting has always been one of my triggers. Like, please do
Yeah.
not sit there and try to do something like that. But when you try to use my child to try to gaslight me, dude, not only am I not arguing with you, I would not say a word to you. I'm packing my stuff. I'm getting as far away from you. You will see my name as one of the people that sue you to get my money back. It's not an argument. You are a disgusting cretin of a human being. I don't even understand this.
I would have to get a hotel, motel, whatever for the night. Tell them
For
pack your shit and get out.
And I'm getting a hotel for your safety, not my safety. Your safety. I got to get as far away from you as I possibly can. Because although Thea's always have an issue with this, I would have a feeling that it will escalate. Because you're going to keep talking.
The fact that this piece of poop decided, you know what? I need a golf trip. Sure. And he can feel some level of grief because I'm assuming that the 13-year-old child lived with him and the mother. Yes. What was in his mind to think, gee, here's this money that he should never have had access to, but that's a whole different thing that I'm going to get off on. But let me use this money, not even for me, and I'm going to go on a golf trip. You're lucky it wasn't me, because I have a real creative use for those golf clubs, and that's all I'm going to say on that.
Like I said, I'm getting this hotel room for your safety.
Your safety.
Not mine.
By the time I got done with that fool, his paycheck would be garnished. He blamed.
Oh, no. I'm going to get my money back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm getting my money back. And if you say one more doggone word out of your mouth, I'm going to put plus interest. Say one more word.
Emotional distress.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to start adding up some bills.
He blamed her for her child dying. He literally said it was her fault. Oh. He lucky. I'm just saying he's
just fuck all the way off.
He's the runner
all the way.
This one may have it. This one may beat that other dad. This one, oh my goodness.
Okay, well, I have trouble placing this in worst dad. I would put it in worst
human
partner.
being.
So we're gonna put it as the worst person?
I would say worst husband.
Yeah,
not because he wasn't really. He was a cursory stepfather. He blamed the fucking cancer for I couldn't bond.
I couldn't bond because
he had cancer. That's a child.
You asshole.
See, they saying all the words that they know I won't say. Because see, I can't bring myself to say, but see, they saying them for me. Because I want to, but the words can't come out of my mouth like that.
That's okay.
Trust
me, we got your back.
You motherfucking cocksucking prick ass damn son of a bitch, get the fuck out. I'm done.
Okay.
He literally said the cancer was her fault. See, this is why I asked the Lord to help me, because see, these the type of people that just make me turn any old kind of way. They just make me revert back, and I'm trying to go forward, not backwards.
All right, let's go ahead and move on here, because it ain't gonna get no better.
No.
Oh no! Please don't say it gets worse.
No. It's no second part.
Oh, thank you.
And if it is, trust me, it ain't getting any better other than you saying, guess what? We want our money back. Let's go ahead and go to the second. This is a clean up because I had these things in here for the longest time. One I'm going to hold on to till tomorrow when Vias comes on.
Okay.
Because I think his take on it is going to be hilarious. So I'm going to hold on to that until tomorrow. But I'll leave it up to the women of the show. I got two that I'm trying to get rid of. Your wife is not that pretty, or niece is a bigot.
Tracy, you have a...
I want to say your wife is not pretty, but what if it's true though?
All right, number one.
Right? Your wife is not that pretty.
I, 25 female, have been at my workplace for almost 2 years now and get along well with most of my colleagues. We regularly go out on every other weekend and have activities which most of our colleagues join into, including my colleague Max, 33 male. Max is a very outgoing guy, extroverted, and has been at my workplace the longest, 6 years, as the turnover here is quite fast. I get along well with him and would consider him my best friend at work. We share banter and have a good laugh and have similar extroverted personalities. Max regularly attends the work activities and is the life of the party and workplace. His wife of 10 years used to come to the activities sometimes before I joined the workplace, but no longer does since having a baby a while back. What really annoys me is how Max always puts his wife on a pedestal. He's always going on about how she is the best cook, has the best looks and figure he has ever seen. A simple conversation between colleagues regarding which celebrity we fancy would be, nah man, no one beats my wife in terms of looks. Who is the best looking in the workplace? Nah, no one here. I've got really high standards. Have you seen my wife? Some of our colleagues have agreed with him, saying that his wife is really gorgeous, but I'm sure they're just humoring him. We are going through each other's videos on TikTok when another coworker commented to Max his wife resembled an anime character. She's slim, long black hair, and Asian. And I joked that she's not that pretty. Pfft. Max got offended and retorted that she didn't need fake eyelashes and fake hair to look passable, and that he understood why I needed them. I got angry and told him to piss off. Since then, Max has not been speaking to me and makes passive-aggressive comments. Am I the astronaut? Yeah, why would you say that? Why would you, Matt?
Yeah, this is simple.
That's really, really simple.
Yeah, this is a simple one.
You insulted the man's wife.
And so
What do you expect to happen?
I mean, sure, she's busted, but dang, you don't tell him that to his face. Like, girl, sit down. I mean, that's like, I guess it's like people that constantly talk about their kids. Oh, that gets on my nerve. I'm like, do you always, everything always got to come back to your kid. Always, no matter what the subject is. Well, I was telling my
but you gotta
child
remember who's
yesterday.
telling the story though, Tracy. I thought the same thing, and somebody else constantly keep walking up to me talking about whatever, wife, kids, dog. I don't even care. But we got to remember who's telling the story. So it could have been 2, 3, 4 months go by before he mentioned his wife again. 2, 3, 4, 5 months before he mentioned his wife again. To another next year.
6 years.
She's making it sound like every day he's coming in and going, "Hey, how everybody doing? My wife is beautiful." And that couldn't be the case.
That's wonderful. I mean, not every day it wouldn't be wonderful, but
No.
seeing a person celebrate their partner like that.
And you know what a good husband is? And a good wife? Who do you think is the most handsome / pretty person here? I have no idea because I only got eyes for my wife / husband / significant other. So everybody else will come in second place. Well, who then they try to get you? Well, who coming in second place? Never gave it a thought. So I don't know.
Beauty is more than your outward appearance as well.
Some of y'all gonna learn that the hard way one day. Some of y'all gonna.
Somebody can become more and more not just beautiful but gorgeous to you when they start to show you their inner layers, and you understand what brought that person to the place that they're in now. Mm.
But that do get on my nerves. People always talking about kids. I was just like we wasn't even talking about children. Why are you doing that?
Oh, any subject where they talk about something,
You talking
especially when
about
they're not
you
even,
Children,
talking
but
not even
you.
on the subject,
you be
that's
talking about the
irritating.
football game. Well, my child Chad was. Oh gosh, she's talking about him again.
Man, I can't wait to leave today. Yeah, because I've been waiting for this game to come on Sunday for the. Bruh, did you
Now
say the
that's
same
probably
thing
me.
last week? Good, great, that's wonderful. Don't care. Really don't care. Especially the sports people.
I am the sports person. The sports
No, but I'm
person
gonna
is
tell you the
me.
special kind of sports person. And Tracy, tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. The special kind of sports person that always say, "This is the most important game of the year. This is the most important game of the year." Man,
It's true.
no, it's not. No, it's not.
And I
No, it's not.
don't want to be like that, but I'm that person. I'm sports person. I'm person that when as much as I love the Super Bowl, it annoys me that non-football fans watch the Super Bowl because they never know what they're talking about. They're just there for the food. Go away and let the people who watched this game, who've watched for 17 weeks, let us have our time. The Super Bowl is our time to shine, especially if our team is in it.
Okay, at this point in time, now I'm getting to the point where I actually start talking about sports just to figure out which jukebox song Anna is gonna start humming on the show because that's more entertaining than anything else. I just try to be quiet long enough to try to figure out what the song is. It's like name that tune at this point.
You won't guess that one. That's actually an original by my mother.
Ah, I ain't gonna get that one.
Yeah, we got.
Well,
I have to
guess what,
remember Anna's not
everybody?
into sports.
No, we know. That's why I do it from time to time, just to go. I'm gonna get this song the next time.
Yeah,
So,
Mama, you was right on the spot with that sports. And it's bad when you just like me, I only like one sport. When it goes away, my mood just goes.
Hmm.
Boy, I'm just like, I can't.
yeah, summer times are rough for me.
Oh, summer be the worst time. I'd be like, no, come on, September. Then September get here, it's already November. I'm like, but the football season is halfway over. It just started.
Oh crap! Public service announcement. Public service announcement. Fall back at midnight or sometime
Yeah,
tonight.
your phone will change.
Yeah.
You're
Oh
gonna get
yeah,
1 hour.
at 2 a.m.
Is it two?
daylight savings ends, and we go into standardized time.
United States of America. You have never listened to me on anything. You probably never will because I use common sense and you don't. Fall back, then leave it alone. Just
Yeah,
walk
Marlon.
away.
You
I would
realize
actually say keep us in daylight savings time.
keep us in daylight. Say, but there's been a bill in Congress for 20 years
Yes,
that would
it
change
has.
this, and
No,
it's been
Arizona
sitting
doesn't
there.
do it anymore at all. Arizona does not change their time.
Right.
Indiana used to be one of those states that didn't change. Then Mitch
Really?
Daniels got his sorry behind elected. Then we had to start changing our time. We were like, what the heck?
Wow. I mean, it so interrupts the internal clock. My sleeping is already messed up, and now you're gonna tell me that it's a different time from when my body was used to. Thanks.
Mhm.
Just keep
Yeah.
it one time.
The period between the NBA finals in early June until
Oh,
football
that
starts
July.
early
But
September.
you know what?
No,
In
once football season
2024,
is over,
in
I'm bored.
2024, this is what I like about those election years. We got the Olympics. The Olympics is gonna tide me over. It's just going, and then I'll just go right into September.
I'm about to hum with Anna because I ain't watched the Olympics in years.
Oh shoot, that's the only time I watch basketball. Literally, Literally, that's the only time I say, okay, let me watch basketball.
I have gone through several Olympics, and I have no idea. My best entertainment, which is not even entertainment to me anymore, is who won the gold? Who won the most gold? Who won the most silver? Who won the most bronze? Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna go do something else.
Yeah,
Like
the
watch
Olympics is
paint
the only
dry,
thing that I
or
got.
I like the opening ceremony kind
The
of
opening
thing.
I have not
ceremony is
watched the
pathetic. I'm
I
like,
have not
well, I
watched
gotta watch
nothing.
18,000 countries march across there with
No, not
flags.
that part. Just when the hosting country puts on. I mean, what was the year that I think we were in China, and they used drones to put up the night sky with all the stars. It was gorgeous.
Well, it's gonna be in Paris this year, so it might be next year, so it might be street burning because they still protesting.
Mm, good for France.
See, they do stuff over there. They protest in those countries. This country,
Yep.
we don't do nothing. We're just so lazy and pathetic. I be like, hey, look at all these countries acting like they got a spine.
I still laugh at the fact that the
Um,
Paris president got punched or got something thrown at him. I'm thinking, why is the Paris president walking up and down the street like, like you a citizen, dude?
you gotta go
What?
places too.
I'm like, what are you doing? I'm so confused when I hear that. Like,
Could you
is he,
imagine
like,
they doing
chilling
that
at a
here?
cafe and pretend like, hey, how you doing?
There are a lot of protests happening in our country still over Palestine. There have been a lot of protests over the reversal of Roe versus Wade. There have been a lot of protests for BLM, but since then they have been more and more criminalizing protests, what our very country was founded upon.
Yep. And in Florida, it's legal to run over a protester. You just run over them. Just run over them. Don't get mad.
Yeah,
You
Just
they're
run
in the
over
way.
them.
Yeah.
It is sick.
We'll stop there because we don't want to get into tomorrow, which I'm pretty sure we will.
I'm
but-
doubtful that the protests are going to come up tomorrow.
Oh, it will, because the thing that I was
There's a
talking about
lot.
to Parker was a protest.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that he give me an update. He may have emailed me, and I never did check my email anyway. So I don't know.
I know what you're talking about without knowing.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a
but,
protest where there was like 100,000 people? And I
Yeah.
can't think. I know it wasn't in America. I'm like, what country was it?
No,
Was
it's supposed to have been here.
It
No,
was.
It was.
in the United States.
In the
100,000.
United-
Wait a
Yes.
minute, 100,000 people combined or one city?
One city.
What city in this country has 100,000 protesters going in it?
They had a lot.
We have 100,000 people in Charlotte. What are you
But at a
saying?
protest?
That went to DC. Yes.
Oh, the DC one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I
I'm
get-
trying not to get into that conversation.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
sorry.
want-
Okay,
I don't want to
because
do
I'm
it.
like, huh? Because
I don't
I
wanna
think
do it. I don't wanna do it.
Americans are just so caught up in America that we don't even care about anything anymore.
No,
I'll
no.
email it to you tonight. Yeah, it was earlier today, and I'm not going to put the other one up, Parker, because again, let's not.
Yeah, I'll be quiet.
not-
Don't
you
fall
build it.
into the trap of thinking nothing is happening because you're not hearing about it.
Yes. So we will talk about it shortly. Shortly, we'll talk about it tomorrow because I'm determined to get this month-long thing that we have had up that I really think is equally important. Honestly, we really need to get this word out about Project 2025, but unfortunately,
This is how the
world-
conservatives run. Why aren't we doing anything of that magnitude? Anyway.
anyway,
So you got a video for us, Marlon?
sure do. Another Am I the A-hole?
All right.
Okay, so since I showed you a worst dad of the year category, I also have to balance that with one of worst wives of the
Oh, I
year
thought you were gonna do
category.
moms. Dang.
I
Well, wife, mom, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I
Um,
still would say that that's not worst dad. That's a worse husband.
what worst husband?
You
Worst
know,
husband.
the child is gone, and
All right, I'll leave it up there then. I'll leave it up there.
all right,
I really honestly don't think it's gonna beat my guy
so
because
now worst wife.
now the worst wife. 7 years away from my children.
I'm a 28-year-old woman, and I have 3 kids with my ex, who's 30. We were never married, but we dated while I was in college. My senior year, I got pregnant and had twin boys. My boyfriend moved me in with him, and we were raising our kids together. 14 months after giving birth to the boys, I had a girl. Immediately after, I had postpartum depression. I was not doing well, and I decided to go back home to my parents to try to clear my head. Once home, I saw my old bedroom, my old things, and I was kind of reminded of what I always wanted to do. I had always wanted to take a gap year to travel, but I'd gotten a scholarship to my first choice school, and it seemed silly to pass it up. I decided then that this is what I needed to get in the right mental state. I called my boyfriend and told him that I'm going to Europe for a couple of months. He was outraged and tried to talk me out of it. I explained that this is what I needed to go back to being myself and be a better parent and partner. So I went. He called me the first couple of months and kept asking if I was coming back. Eventually, he stopped calling. About 6 months in, my parents told me that he had filed to get full custody of the kids. I was mad that he didn't tell me before doing it. Oh my god. But I thought that I would at least take full advantage and really see the world and get it out of my system. I traveled for a little over 2 years and visited every continent? Every continent. No way, including Antarctica? OP probably isn't including Antarctica, there's no way. When I was done, I really wanted to see my kids, but I felt guilty for not being present in their lives and I didn't want to face my ex. One of the friends that I made in my travels offered me a gig as an English teacher in a private school in Thailand. I took the opportunity and spent the next 3 years doing that. This year, I returned stateside and stayed with my parents. They showed me pictures of the kids and told me that my ex let them see the kids a couple of times. I got in touch with him, telling him that I was ready to be involved in their lives, and he flat out refused. I threatened to sue for custody, and he just replied, "Good luck with that," and then sent me pictures of me partying in Europe. They are not flattering. My parents want to see their grandkids more, but they tell me that it's all my fault for not being able to see them. Am I the butthole for not trying to see them?
This is a repeat.
All of
It
these,
is.
all of these are going to be a repeat.
Okay.
We're done for the year. It's November. I'm not trying to find anything new.
And yes, see, she is, but isn't. Because postpartum depression, from what my understanding is, can be a devastating thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Sister Girl done went. She, I don't know what to say.
She left for a total of 7
7
years, and then you
years.
expect to just waltz back into your
Too much she gonna sue
child's
for
life.
custody. He
Yeah,
could.
Let me say this, Tracy. Postpartum depression is a very devastating symptom um, after giving birth. You don't know how it's going to affect you. It affects different women different ways. One of the ways is not to travel the world for 7 years. That has never been documented in any medical dissertation anywhere.
is like rich people shit.
But he
Yeah, this is
should.
first
He
world issues
should.
right
I
here.
think he should let her see the children.
Not a chance in the world.
No, because they're no. I think I disagree with that. Because
Mm-mm.
here's why. Here's why. They're gonna start asking questions about if he hasn't poisoned them. He should leave it up to them when they get a little older to say, "Hey, do you want a
Yeah.
relationship with your mother?"
Mm-hmm.
If they
Well,
say
I think.
yes, then he shouldn't hinder it. It depends on how old they are. If they're
18.
like
Mhm.
7, 8, I
18.
can't. No, I'm not gonna say 18.
18.
Okay, so Tracy, we do the math. She left right after the birth of her
So they're about
daughter.
7 or 8.
So
Yeah.
the youngest is 7 or 8, but the twins would be what did they say, 18 months, 14
14
months,
months, so they'd be 9.
9, 10. You know, that's young, and until the children themselves start asking,
But
you
that
lady have no room.
but
No
it
room.
depends because he could be poisoning their minds against their mother. Like she left and I had
With
to take care of.
reality, with the truth.
Well, no. Look how evil she. See, this is the thing that I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what she did was trifling, low down, dirty.
Mm-hmm.
However, she's still the mother. And I would say this even in the father. Even if the father never paid child support or she never paid child support,
Yes.
whichever the situation may be, um, he can't use what she did to poison the children against her. Like I said, it has to be their decision whether they want her to be a part of their lives.
Let me push back on something that you said, Tracy.
Until they're older.
She gave birth. She is not a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She
That's
gave
true. I
birth.
agree with that.
A mother
Mm-hmm.
has a whole lot of things that you earn the role of mother, just like you earn the role of father. Anything underneath that, you gave birth and you a sperm donor. It's the most basic biological thing that two parents have done. When you go from I'm leaving to go to my parents' house, fine. Be honest with you, I was actually kind of cool with that. Maybe you do
I
need to
was
step
too.
away. I was cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
You decided. This is where I say the postpartum depression sort of like, where you decided, you know what? Then I started looking at me finishing school. Then I decided I'm going to finish school across the pond. Then I decided that I'm just going to keep going. And then I'm going to make the decision that I'm going to stay gone. Meanwhile, as I'm gone from the children that I literally just gave birth to, I'm still partying, having a good old grand time. 7 years later, while my children went from
Babies.
Babies.
babies to children.
Their father had to change all the diapers, stay up with them through the night. He was the one reading the stories. He was the one there for their first steps, for their first words, for their first day of school, for everything.
And if you don't
She
think,
was absent.
and do you not think, and not just to you, Tracy, but to
Sorry
everybody
to
else
interrupt.
thinking the same thing, do you not think that question not one time came up while they was growing up? Where's my mama?
Right.
And do you know it's not only bad to say your mom is not here, parent is not here. You literally have to look at them and flat out say, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely no idea where she
Although
is.
well, I mean, okay, was he, because he had the pictures from
When she was partying, so
social media. Was he following her kind of thing?
he had to be.
Well, he had to, because at this
Right?
point in time, he had to have some proof for, hey, when I take full, and this,
A lot of times partners, already will be
But I still
followers of
wonder
social media and then
how did
this
she
woman
figure she
right
was gonna
here,
sue for a full custody when she had no custody? Girl, what was you, girl?
she's ignorant of everything. The
and you
law.
never discussed it with me.
Right.
You right.
Girl, you was hip hopping in every continent of the world.
You right. I didn't discuss it with you. Why would I discuss anything with you? But
Like I
anyway,
said, he's got to leave it up to the kids. If they want a relationship with her, then let them choose
That
it.
is a terrible
And then think how they're gonna feel now that she's back. You know she's gonna try to make contact.
Well, before we even get into it, let's go
Try.
ahead and get the second part of the story.
Oh, there's more.
And again, the second part of the story is a little special because it's not the OP that's telling the story. It's not even the father that's telling the story. It's from the guy who actually knew what was going on because he was involved in the story.
Reddit, it's my time to shine. I had to make a brand new account to not reveal anything personal. I know exactly who this is. I know the kids and the dad. Those kids were raised by a wolf pack. When this pathetic waste of oxygen abandoned her kids, basically anyone and everyone who had a passing relation to the dad stepped up. His mom moved in for the first year to help with the babies. Neighbors, friends, and relatives all donated or bought kids stuff for them. Clothes, diapers, toys, anything he needed. One of his friends manages a restaurant and he brought them unused food almost every night. I work at a bank, so I had nothing useful to contribute other than money and time. One of our buddies runs a mixed martial arts gym and he has a kids class that starts after school. So he takes them in after school until their dad gets off work. Whenever the kids need a babysitter, 2 or 3 rowdy men show up to be horsies or punching bags for the boys and tea party guests for the little girl. One of our other friends is a lawyer. He helped his dad gain custody and advised him through the process. OP's parents are rich and they always offer money to help. I knew it! I knew it! I mean, strictly speaking, this doesn't actually confirm that OP's parents were bankrolling OP's parties in Europe, but come on guys, we know the truth here. I knew there had to be a reason why the dad wasn't allowing OP's parents to be involved in the kid's life, and this makes perfect sense. Okay, anyways, back to the story. That way, OP's parents can't use that leverage in a future custody battle. He didn't even let them introduce themselves as their grandparents, so they can't claim a relationship. Their dad is doing well now, and those kids don't want for anything. Every Sunday night, he hosts us to watch football and hang out with the kids. His daughter delights in serving everyone, and they're so much better off without this witch.
The guy that's reading this is just hilarious. Can I just say that? He's
The only thing
hilarious.
that I don't like, because me and Foxy said it at the first part of the first part that was read. I don't like that he made the decision of she's a Karen, I guess you would say, because he uses the Karen voice. So he sort of messes it up for me. He never told me that he was going to take full custody. I was like, you already made your decision, so don't mess it up for everybody.
I guess that's more an entitled voice, which is
the entitled was, well, Karen entitled.
right.
Yeah, that's not that far off on either one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But let's keep in mind that this.
Way to go, the village. Way to go, that wolf pack. I love it.
The grandparents knew.
Yeah. And
I'll say it even if you don't say it, because I don't like that. We need to have concrete evidence of it. Come on.
They
if
knew.
you look at this guy who struggled for years, because we can sit there and say, well, they're 10 and they're 8 and everything. Okay, they're 10 for 10 years. This dude needed a community to help raise these children. For 7 of those 10 years, this woman was globetrotting around the world. Where was her money coming from? Because you ain't gonna tell me she from her savings.
Well, it came from mom and dad, whichever way, whether it was a savings account that she had, or they were just
they were following her money every week.
Here's the card. You can use it wherever, darling. Come on.
Yeah, they got rich people problems.
Yeah.
This is first world problems. I get that, but we also kind of remember that first world problems affect third world problems, so to speak. And this father stepped up. Thank you so much. He didn't bail. He didn't throw in the towel.
Yep.
He didn't give up. This is his children. He was thrown a curveball and he handled it. Blessed to the community that
Yeah.
stepped up and helped them get through these 10 plus years and more. It ain't over. Like the
Right.
story, we hear the story now.
They'll be there
It
still.
ain't over yet. I mean, we got 10 plus years, kids. We got the teenage years to go through. We got the
Yep.
college years if they decide to
The
go to
adult
college years to
years.
go through. We got it. They decide not to go to college, but go into the world and work and everything else. We got those years to go through.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we worried about little Richie Rich over here who ain't got to go through none of this stuff. That's why I said 18 is the best time to go look. This is what the deal was. This is what happened. You ain't got to poison them. I don't know why everybody got to poison anything. Telling the truth is hectic enough. Just flat out tell the truth. Your mother left us when you were in the crib. These people that you see every day came to our rescue and helped and supported and guided and loved you, and we got through it with them. Here's you're 18 years old, you're an adult now. You have to make your own decisions. Here's her phone number. Here's your grandparents' phone number. You make the decision if you want to deal with them or not. I will support you whichever direction that you want to go.
Yep.
And be done with it. And be prepared. And I hate to say this, but I just got to be real. Be prepared for heartbreak, because as much as you would hope, no, I don't want nothing to deal with her and everything else, you also may have to deal with, man, we really did struggle. These people are rich. I don't want to struggle no more. Bye.
Mm.
You may need to prepare yourself for that. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because
Or like they start getting things from their grandparents, whether money or monetary, material things, and it will be difficult. But I don't know of a single parent who doesn't um enjoy a little bit, inside when their kids have something that they are beaming about. Um, but this is the perfect example of not everybody in a family is bound by blood. I love the saying that we have biological families and we have logical families. Along the way, we pick up certain friendships and really, really quickly, like, I don't know, is it something in the DNA that we recognize each other again every lifetime? Who knows? But, you know, think back to some of the first times we started talking, the four of us, and dropped all of the veils. Could ask whatever question. We knew it was coming from the absolute best of intentions of getting a conversation going. And we all became family like that. Sprinkle in a little bit of magic, and family isn't just people who share your blood, who have the same type. And these people, they saw every need of these children filled. You disagree with what, Afra?
Yeah, tomorrow is not promised, and I'm still not understanding what you're saying. So give me more detail on what you mean by that. Like, and I'm assuming you're saying tell them sooner rather than later, but I can't do that. Um, um,
Whether to tell, like, to me, I would have to take all of my hints from the kids. I mean,
I'm not
sorry,
gonna wait
Afra's
till they're 18. That just seems too late to me. 10 is too young, but 18 is too old. It's got to be somewhere in between.
maybe
can't
there is.
can't do it. I really can't. If I don't got to the point now that my whole focus is on my kids, and I cannot, in good faith, try to play the fair game. I'm sorry. If the dad falls in love and remarried, he'd allow someone else to parent them that was absent from their earlier lives. Um, I think they should work out supervised visitation and counseling. The children are the focus. But here's the deal: what I say, Afra, when you say, I think they should work out visitation,
Who's to
supervised
say she gonna
visitation
show
and
up?
counseling. I got full custody. Why do I need to put my kids in counseling to deal with somebody who abandoned them? Like, what exactly am I? In other words, here's my deal. Who am I doing all of this for? It's not for my children. My children are cool. So I'm doing it for the absentee mom.
Yeah, she's got a whole lot of amends to make before she can get to see the kids.
And the deal is, I just have to stick to it. I can't do it no sooner than that. I just can't. I just can't. And I'm gonna tell you why I can't do it. Because it just literally popped in my head. Why I can't do it. Because I would have a disheartening feeling that this woman would have the ability to get back in their lives
And disappoint them again.
and disappoint and disappear again. And I would have to be the one that picks those pieces up again. That's why I said I can't do it. At 18, they can make their own decisions. They're grown.
Marlon, let
Yeah.
me ask you, if your kid at like 15, 16 comes up to you and starts to say, Dad, I've been thinking about my mom a lot, and I'm curious, what would you say to that child?
At 15 or 16, I would tell them the truth.
You
I
have
would tell
to.
them at that point what happened. Opening up the information to give to them to find out, that's what I'm saying at 18. But at
Okay,
15 or 16, yeah, I would
But
tell
what if
them
the
the truth
next question is, why can't I see her?
because
right.
of what I just told you.
But you know what that's going to lead to.
Hey,
Even if
so
it
far,
starts
that's the part of being
resentment?
a parenting that sometimes you are going to be the villain, and what
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be the villain. I can't. I'm not into this to be nice. I'm
I
into
know.
this to be protective.
I know.
So yeah, you're going to be the villain in some of these cases. Yeah, they're gonna look at you. You're destroying my life. You're your worst parent in the world. Blah blah blah. Yeah, you're going to hear it, and
They're teenagers.
yes, they're teenagers. You. Trust me, I get used to it. I've been called a villain because I wouldn't let them stay past 11 o'clock on a Wednesday because they wanted to go to a party. Never figured out why the party was on a damn Wednesday. They never could explain it to me. So yeah, I have no problem being a villain. So what?
You know why that party was on Wednesday night? That child, their parents were going to be gone on Thursday.
Yep.
They could sleep in.
They were married. After.
No, they weren't. They were not
Wait.
married. They dated in college.
Oh, and yeah, you was terrible at it, dude. I knew women that was stealth boyfriends that would pressure them to keep the children. This may not be the case, but they were young. The children were the ones that mattered. Yeah. But the deal is the one that the children mattered to one. And trust me, it was a blessing, to be honest with you. It really was a blessing. The dude could have
He could have been struggling. And yeah, the kids could have been brought up by the system and
yeah, that's what I was saying. Either parent or the child might not have made it at that age. Yeah. This was a blessing, and this was some hard working blessing. This was not, oh, I'm lucky or anything like this. This was, I'm finna put in the work because old boy could have been the same way. Like, I can't handle 3 kids by myself. No, I'm out. I'm out of here.
It's hard to handle one child.
It's hard to handle one child on my own. You want me to handle 3?
3? Wait a minute.
Two of them that's still in a crib.
And they not that far apart in age. Oh.
Ooh. So yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the last segment of the night. Real or nah? Let me play this. If it was reversed, people would say that they need their dad, give them a chance, and they would be wrong.
Yeah, they would be wrong.
They could say it all they want to. They would still be wrong. I would still say the exact same thing to a dad that disappeared for 7 years. Nope. Well, at that point, you would be the sperm donor. I'm not gonna call you the dad.
It'd be interesting to have stories, but to completely pull out whether they are the mom or dad, and to see if judgment would be altered at all.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
and I get. I don't want to get into it a lot, but you will, if you listen to a lot of Reddit stories, the dynamic of the story always change depending on the sex of the person that's complaining about it. It really does. If it's a woman who complained about the exact same thing that the man complained about, the conclusion is totally different. It really is. Same issue, different results. But it literally was the same issue.
Wow.
But anyway, here's my real or nah. I'm not gonna give the title, because the title actually gives you my perspective on the story. So that's why I'm not going to give you the title. So let's just go ahead and get into it.
My wife married me because of my best friend. This sounds fake. It sounds like a drama script. I don't effing care. I need to get it out somewhere or I'm going to go nuts. We're all from the same school. Apparently, my wife had a huge crush on my best friend since junior high, and my best friend knew about this. It's been 10 years since we got married, and my wife still loves him. That makes it 10 plus years of one-sided love from her to him, and 12 years of my one-sided love to her. She only got close to me and dated me so that she could stay in touch with my best friend. She wanted to be a part of his life no matter what, so she chose me as a scapegoat. And here I thought she loved me. How did I find this out? She told me 3 weeks ago. Why did she tell me? Because I decided that we were ready for a child and I brought up the discussion over dinner. She told me that she could make love to me, she could marry me, and even act like she loved me, and obviously did a pretty good job at it. But she can't bear to give birth to a child that's mine and not his. She can't give birth to a child that looks like me and not him. So she can't have my child. Then she left me. That day. She didn't even say sorry. Not that that would make it any better, but she did say that she did her best. Did her best, and that it is what it is. That's the end of the story. I have no more to tell. She just left, and she's not picking up my calls, emails, texts, or whatever way of contacting her. I haven't reached out to my best friend either. I know that they're not together. Actually, maybe I'll be happy for her if she does end up with him at this point. And here I am, not feeling anything, and I'm not sure if this is normal. This feels like a big play. I'm not even sure if I put this right into text. I am sorry, this is a mess. Then, down in the comments, OP adds some more clarifying details. We did talk about kids before this, a couple of times actually, but I wasn't very serious about it until now. She said that she wasn't really into having kids yet, and she just wanted to enjoy ourselves when we could. She made it clear that she isn't seeking a relationship with my friend. She told me that she doesn't really imagine having a relationship with him, and that's just how it's going to be for whoever knows how long. I know this sounds weird, but she told me that this whole one-sided love is a bit of a permanent habit of hers that she can't get rid of. Ever. I don't know if she ever sought therapy for this. No, I don't intend to continue this marriage. This marriage was meant to break from the very start, now that I think about it.
Yeah, Parker's telling the ending because
Parker, you a fool.
I remember that one.
Oh, I think this is a repeat. Then she's dead. Then she dies. Okay, fine.
I think the boyfriend that she
He
was
said
after
they
dies
were
too.
gonna be repeats, guys.
Oh, I can't find no more new ones, folks. It's almost the end of the year. I ain't got to work that hard no more.
And
We're
play the
going
second
over
part.
the stories. We're trying to sort them into.
Okay, so I'll just knock out some more then because I got. No, I don't.
The real or not.
There's more to this story, so just play the rest, please.
Okay, I'll go ahead and play the rest then.
I'm just telling you, your show, but you know.
No, how she does that. Just go ahead and play the rest. Your show, though.
I met up with my buddy last night and asked him what's new, drank a bit, and finally, I brought up this conversation. It was not easy to bring up. He was shocked, of course, probably just as much as I was. He didn't know what to say for a long time. It seems like my wife never contacted him even after she left. I asked him, "Did my wife ever say that she has feelings for you?" To that, he said, "A long time ago, yes. She did say that she had feelings for me, but that was more than a decade ago, long before you two were dating, when we were all young and dumb." We talked for a long time about a lot of things, mostly about our past, our school years, college years, life, everything. My friend didn't have to be involved in this messy story, but my selfish self decided that it was a good idea to talk to him about it. I regret it. He said sorry, even though it wasn't his fault. I'm a terrible person for this. And as for my wife, we're meeting up in 2 weeks. If you ask why 2 weeks, she sent me an email saying that she's in another country because she also felt like she needed to go off somewhere to put things together and she'll return in 2 weeks. She wants to meet up for a talk and I agreed to it. Then, 4 months later, OP posted an update. To make things short, my wife died and I'm a widower. You may say, what the F after reading this? But she did die. It was suicide. We met shortly after the email she sent me. Believe it or not, it was not pretty. I thought that I could keep myself together, but I ended up going crazy. Never have I cried so much in my life, and never have I been so used in my life.
Oh, it makes it so funny. It's a lot more to this, but since we already played it, I honestly just don't even want to play the rest of it.
Yeah, play the other part because the other part is more funny. This is more unbelievable than what you just played.
No, that's it. That was the other part.
Didn't he unalive himself?
No, she unalived herself.
No, but the boyfriend, the one that said I had no idea. I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
I thought it,
No,
no.
no,
Why? Why
just
would
her.
he? He
I
ain't
don't
got
know
nothing to do
why
with
I'm
this.
remembering things that didn't happen.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh well, it's the end of the year, and that don't. And trust me, that don't fall into any category. Do I have any more? I have one more that I could play, and um. So yeah, this will be the. I know I didn't play this before because it sat about as long as the Project 2025 one. My niece is a bigot.
I'm a 37-year-old man, and I've been married to my husband, who's 41, for 4 years. I came out to my family as bi when I was 16, and from the very beginning, they were nothing but supportive. And to this day, almost my entire family accepts me as who I am. My niece, who's 20, is the only exception. She's my brother's daughter, and despite her parents showing no prejudice against the LGBTQ community, she doesn't make a secret of her homophobia. I don't know where her beliefs stem from, but from the day that I first introduced my husband to her family, she's been very hostile towards us. She was only 14 at the time. She refuses to speak to my husband, barely acknowledges us at family gatherings, and despite her father constantly chastising her, frequently uses the F slur to refer to members of the LGBTQ community and calls same-sex relationships disgusting. Due to severe flooding, my brother and his family have been forced to evacuate their house. My husband and I have a guest room and a sofa bed in our living room, so when my brother asked me whether his family could stay at our place for a while, I told him that him, his wife, and their younger kids were very welcome to stay as long as they needed to, but that we weren't comfortable letting his oldest daughter stay with us. He seemed to have been expecting that answer and told me that he understood my reasons. When he broke the news to his daughter, she was furious, asking where else she was going to stay and that she had nowhere else to go. From what I know, my brother offered to help her pay for a cheap hotel, but she doesn't want to dip into her savings because she doesn't work, and she's been living with my brother rent-free. Apparently, she's been staying with a friend for a few days now, and she's been telling her mother how awful it is there. My brother is still supporting my decision, but his wife has started trying to convince me to let her eldest daughter move in too. She's been pushing me to get over her comments because my niece is still young and naive, and that she couldn't have known her actions would have major consequences. She's advised me to be the bigger person and not let my hard feelings for her daughter stop me from helping a family member because that would be a butthole thing to do.
In case you are listening and not watching, we're all giving the faces of too bad. In case you're wondering why there was a bit of silence, that's it.
You're a bigot. I don't want to be anywhere around you.
Here's the funny thing about being the bigger person. Being the bigger person means that the person who is the most toxic in the conversation gets away from being the toxic person in the conversation. And on top of being the most toxic person in the conversation means that when you being the bigger person means they're going to continue being the most toxic person in the conversation. So what we need to do is to stop you from being toxic by showing you that actions have consequences. Here's the deal, little girl. I don't want you in my house. There is absolutely, positively, 100% no benefit for me having you in this house. And I'll go a little further because, well, what's the benefit, Marlon? You just being nice. There's not a benefit in it. Okay, let me go a little step further. There will be a depletion in my livelihood having you in this house. You are fundamentally going out of your way as an individual to be a bigot. And it has been shown because the whole family has accepted OP's way of living, their choice, their life. Every family member have made that decision. You're the only one who wants to step out into that darkness and to tell him over and over and over again how you feel. Okay, cool, no problem. You made your decision. OP made theirs. Mama, I'm not going to give you an a-hole score literally at all. You're playing mama bear. That's all you're doing. Your little baby out there in the real world dealing with her consequences, and you just can't handle it. But I'm telling you right now, you better handle it early. The older you get, the more people is not going to be as kind. I'm telling you. She's at a young age where she found a place to stay. She keeps pulling off these little crap shows that she's doing. She could be out on the street. And by the way, just to make something even more clear, she's not even remorseful about it. She's remorseful because it's terrible where she's staying. But again, let me take it one step further. She's remorseful because it's terrible where she's staying because she don't want to spend her own damn money. So she automatically looking at you for a free ride.
Mhm.
And because she didn't get that free ride, now she feeling bad. She ain't feeling bad how she treated you. She not even really feeling bad about the terrible, which, folks, let's call it the way it is. We don't know if it's terrible or not. It may be at this child's level, it may be terrible at her level. Oh my God, you don't have a pool? Oh my God, your microwave takes 2 minutes to cook something instead of 30 seconds? Oh my God, I can't bring friends over at 3 o'clock in the morning? We don't know what your terrible thing is. Actions have consequences. Deal with them now. Anna?
The thing is, it comes from somewhere. And I'm searching because guy said the whole family was absolutely cool. It is much harder for a lot of people to deal with male public displays of affection, holding hands, hugging, kissing, when it's not as difficult to deal with two women. And either the child does not understand what attraction is, or she has learned to hate. I don't care where it comes from, you're not coming into my house.
Tracy?
I don't really have any. This is one of those ones that I just don't feel like I have anything to say. I mean, talking about a subject I don't deal with a lot, so I feel like anything I would have to say would just be non insightful.
A repeat.
Yeah, it's like y'all said it, so there's nothing else for me to add.
All right.
Although that first was fake. Ain't no way that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you want to
I
say
can
that?
see the events happening, but that dude would made too much theater. I feel nothing. Rather. Okay.
Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
Hopefully soon with the new logo. BoreliaEtc.com, BORRELIAETC.com. That's website, but also YouTube and Instagram. So I'll see you around.
Tracy?
You can find me. Oh, you're gonna find me a whole lot of places next week. Tuesday, presidential discussion. Wednesday, Republican Party debate. Thursday, a show. Yeah, I'm pretty much Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, show.
Oh.
It's gonna be a busy week for me. So you can find all my videos at www.tracymediallc.com. Because I'm gonna be out there.
Drink your water. That's gonna be a lot. 3 days in a row. Ooh.
3 days in a row.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ until you.
that is our show for tonight. I appreciate Tracy. I appreciate Anna. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.
It's been a while since we started LGBTQ.
It's
You know, I kind of
11.
think about it. Did they really go out of state to golf, or did he just